Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the best sports show out, Highly Opinionated, episode 49. I'm your co-host, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, the best co-host in the game. What's up, JG? How you doing, sir?
Gentlemen, what's going on with you, man? Happy football season, man. We just got finished week 1 and week 2 in college football. We are in it. I'm happy. It's a great time of year, as we know.
Yes, it is. Great time of the year to be a football fan. Great time of the year to love sports and love football and just watch the games. Was there a game this week that caught your attention?
Yeah, it might have been one or two, I could say.
Might have been one.
We'll get
it was a game that caught my attention too, man.
We'll get into that a little bit.
It was a game and it was a player. It was a game and a player that caught my attention this week as well. Shout out to my man, Emeka Ibuka, man. I'm a fan of yours, Emeka. Thank you, sir. I'm a fan of yours, brother. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I can see it coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys for watching episode 48 of the best sports show out, Highly Opinionated. Shout out to the two best co-hosts in the game. I worked with Tim, worked with JG. Obviously, Tim's off this week. Congratulations to Tim and his lovely wife for getting married. Congratulations, Tim, to Mr. and Mrs. Adams. Everyone here at Highly Opinionated is happy and proud of you guys, man. And any way we can support you guys and help you guys, we will do. So congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, we usually have the best producer, the best editor on the screen. But this week we're having a little technical difficulties with Ross. So Ross will not be on the screen this week. However, I got to do Ross's part the right way. Ladies and gentlemen, you can like, follow, subscribe us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you guys, social medias you guys like. We appreciate the engagement. We appreciate the comments. We go back and forth. In fact, we have someone who's coming on the show next week who comments on mostly everything we put out. So we're looking forward to that. We look forward to you guys' engagement, and we look forward to continuously trying to be the best sports show out that you guys consume. So thank you very much. And we appreciate you guys for everything, all the support and all the love. JG, are you ready to get episode 49 started, my brother?
Yes, sir. Let's get going.
Let's get it started, sir. Let's start off with a little college football week 2 recap. Let's start off with the blowout in Durham. I know that did your heart good, bro. I know you love when Duke get blown out, don't you? Basketball, football, it don't matter to you, do it.
Hey, look, man. Look, I don't have much to be with Duke football. I mean, I understand that, they happen to be associated with a certain college basketball team that I'm not too fond of, but it doesn't hurt either. Why not?
Let me tell you something. Luke Altmaier put belt the ass to Duke. 22 of 31, 296 yards, 3 touchdowns. They ran the ball. They had 2 different runners, 48 yards, 44 yards. Fegan, 17 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Valentine, 6 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Leading receiver, Hank Betty, 8 catches, 128 yards. Duke, Minshie, number 10, the quarterback, 23 of 34, 334 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Duke couldn't get the ground game going. Their best receiver, Cooper Market, 4 catches, 88 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, this Illinois fighting a lie 9 team needs to be taken seriously. The 3 best teams in the Big Ten to me, in no particular order, Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon. The 4th best team is this team right here, the Illinois Fighting Illini. They are the 4th best team, and they can seriously make the college football playoff with the team that they have and the schedule that they have. Congratulations to Brett Bielema on getting this team back to what he had it. He actually has his team better in this stint at Illinois than what he did his first stint at Illinois. Congratulations to Illinois getting a blowout win at Duke, 45-19. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move forward to our next game. We're going to talk about Iowa and Iowa State. The Iowa State Cyclones beat Iowa 16-13. Defensive game. But we all know when Iowa State and Iowa play, not even just alone against each other, against anybody, it's going to be the game is not going over 30 points. It's just not. They know that. The game was it went to 29. Rocco Beck, Iowa State quarterback, was 18 of 22, 134 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 11 yards on the ground. Hanson, the running back, had 46 yards for Iowa State. Abdul Suma, the third, 12 carries, 47 yards. Iowa, Mark Groskowski, the quarterback, the transfer. Say it again.
Gronowski. Yep.
Gronowski, I'm sorry. Thank you, sir. Gronowski. 13 of 24, 83 yards, one bad interception. He ran it in for a touchdown. Iowa, listen, I like Kirk Ferentz. He's been able to finesse Iowa into keeping him, letting him stay there longer than what he should be staying there. Iowa, they've never updated to like the modern offense. Like they still play this wishbone, not even wishbone, like this I formation, bro. Like you have to spread them out a little bit. You feel me? Pass the ball. You feel me? Your leading passer, the quarterback had 83 yards passing in the game. Like if I'm a receiver on this team, like bro, I'm quitting. Like I'm not gonna get the ball. Like what are we doing here? Go ahead, JD. I'm sorry.
This game is always good. Comes down to the wire with Iowa and Iowa State, and like you said, you can't expect a ton of offense, especially with Iowa. They just, and it's been that. I think it's been this way for like as long as I can remember. Iowa's never been an offensive football team. They have numbers like what we're seeing here. I mean, like Gronowski, 13 and 24 for 83 passing yards the entire game, and then you can run the ball. Iowa plays defense. I'll give them that much. They have some defenders on there. They've most recent notable one, Cooper DeJean, who's now with the Philadelphia Eagles, is a great corner, but they play great defense and they can produce tight ends. You know, the likes of George Kittle, Noah Font, and so on and so forth. But it's just never been like an exciting football team to watch in college. Like it's always going to be this real sluggish, kind of like old school Ravens Steelers. You know, 9-6 type of games and stuff like that. It's for the ones that love old school football, it's probably fun. But for the modern day college football casual viewer, it's one of the more boring games you're going to see.
I love defense. But damn, like every time you play, like it's 13 games to just 9-6. Like, bro, damn, like what y'all been doing all off season, winter workouts.
Who the hell is your offensive coordinator? That's
like who the hell? And like, listen, I'm currently unemployed. If they just giving jobs out to people, like I'll apply to be an offensive coordinator somewhere. Like, bro, what's up? Like, where can I put my application at? Like that, like. We gonna let people continuously coach offense and they giving y'all 13 points a game? Like, damn, okay, cool. Where am I? Can I apply for the job? Because I can give you more than that. Maybe like 15, 16 points a game, depending on who I got, on my team. You feel me? You give me Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or somebody like that. Yeah, we're gonna pull it. Let's just stay in college. You give me Carson Beck. You give me oh my God, what's the give me Julian Sand from Ohio State. We can make some noise. So yeah, man. Iowa and Iowa State lived up to what it always has been. A defensive rock fest. 16-13. That was the final score. The next game we're going to go over, last game we're going to go over is the Oklahoma Sooners and the Michigan Wolverines. Oklahoma beat Michigan 23-13. Bryce Underwood, the heralded freshman quarterback for Michigan, was 9 of 24, 143 yards. Justice Hayes, running back for Michigan, transfer from the Alabama Crimson Tide, 19 carries, 125 yards. Donovan McCullum, 3 catches, 91 yards. Oklahoma's John Mateer, 21 out of 34, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. John Mateer led the team on the ground. He had 74 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Oklahoma's leading receiver was Deion Burks, 7 catches, 101 yards, and 1 touchdown. Deion Burks actually is from the state of Michigan, and he was highly upset that they didn't recruit him. And boy, did he ever show Michigan why the hell they should have recruited him. For me, before I pass it to you to speak on this game, Michigan had no chance to win. That's why I picked Ohio. That's why I picked Oklahoma before the game started. Bryce Underwood was 9 of 24, and Michigan played him like he was a true freshman quarterback. They really didn't let him throw the ball down the field. They really tried to conserve him, let him basically play in this box, and that was never going to work. Justice Hayes, I actually thought the game is actually coming out of halftime. It was 14 to nothing. So when Michigan got out of it was 14-0 coming out of halftime. Michigan on the first play out of the second half, Justice Hayes broke that 75-yard touchdown run, and it was 14-7. On the next drive, it was a 3rd and 8. If Michigan had got a stop, I thought the momentum was going to swing. Michigan did not get a stop. Oklahoma got a first down, and to me, that basically ended the game. because if Michigan got down 2 scores with a freshman quarterback, the way they were, the way that they were playing him, the way the offensive coordinator was calling the game, the way the play calls were being called, they were trying to babysit him instead of letting him play. And I knew once they got down 2 scores, they weren't going to win. Congratulations to Brett Venables and the Oklahoma Sooners on getting a big win at home against the Michigan Wolverines.
I thought Michigan called a garbage offensive game. I thought Michigan called a game to basically throw in the towel and say, we're not going to win this game. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly.
I am so tired of these coaches putting handcuffs on these freshman quarterbacks. Let them go. Let them figure it out. Like we saw it a little bit with Arch Manning and Sark. We saw it again with Bryce Underwood. I'm hearing all this talk about Bryce Underwood as this freshman phenom for Michigan. Let him. I want to see what he's got. But 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10. Let's do a simple screen pass. Let's play conservative football and put our defense out there. We're down 2 touchdowns. Let's do another screen pass that has no chance to the running back and lose another 3 yards and then punt the ball away. It was so conservative. It was so throw in the towel. We have no chance early in the game. It's pathetic. Let Bryce Underwood throw a couple bombs downfield. Open the playbook. What do you have to lose? Unless you just flat out don't want to get a shot at the playoffs and you want to lose this season and not be relevant, then by all means, call this conservative play call and let's run the ball on 3rd and 8 or throw a screen pass for 2 yards and maybe we'll get a 4th down and 6 and punt it. It was the most non-aggressive, laissez-faire, I don't really care about this game type of play calling I saw from the offensive coordinator for Michigan. It was pathetic. I'm surprised they didn't lose by more. Because this Michigan defense played, I thought they did the best they could under the circumstances they were in. Absolutely. They kept them in the game for longer than I expected. They were out there way too long because your offense is giving you nothing. And I don't blame Bryce Underwood at all. I blame the play calling. I don't. Open the damn playbook and go for it. Stop being so conservative and saving stuff. For what? What do you say? What are you trying to save? What are you trying to save? What are you trying to hide right now? Like, we're in the regular season now. We're not doing scrimmages. We're not doing off-season scrimmages with somebody or whatever. You play against each other in practice. We're in the season. Like, every loss is magnified in college football, as we all know. You can lose 2 games and your season could be over as far as reaching the national championship. So what are you doing? Why are you playing conservative like you have tomorrow? There is no tomorrow. Michigan played like there was a tomorrow for them. And by and large, because of how far they dropped, their only slim chance of making the playoff probably died on Saturday night with that conservative garbage play calling.
Yeah, I just know this. That Ohio State game, they're gonna have to win. That'll be the only chance, that'll be the only way they're gonna make the playoffs if they're gonna have to win that game. I actually thought they could win this game on the road because in college you get style points. So you're gonna get style points for winning on the road. I know they don't believe in that now, but I think they still have some. It's a committee putting the 12 teams together. So I definitely believe in style points. So if you win on the road, that's better than winning at home. Because they play Ohio State this year to end the season at Michigan. So for me, it was a terrible game called by the offensive coordinator. This is one of the few times where I'm actually going to blame the offensive coordinator. For the most time, I usually blame the players. But that was a terrible game plan to go in with. And me and Tim called it on last week's show. We didn't think they was going to let Bryce Underwood throw the ball, and they did. So we kind of knew the game plan going in. And that's why Oklahoma won the game 24-13. Again, once again, congratulations to the Oklahoma Sooners. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move forward to week 3 in college football. Let's start off with our preview of the marquee games of the weekend. Let's start off with the number 6 team in the country, number 6 Georgia Bulldogs, travel to Knoxville, Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. This game is Saturday at 3:30 Eastern on ABC. College Game Day will be live from Tennessee, 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. John, you start us off. Who's going to win, Georgia or Tennessee?
I'll tell you, this is Georgia's first big test with new quarterback Gunnar Stockton. I have them winning on the road. Tennessee is a special place in the SEC, very tough to win there. Tennessee coming off a blowout win themselves, so they're going in with a lot of confidence. But I think the Georgia Bulldogs, I think the roster is a little bit better than Tennessee, so I think that and with Kirby Smart, he's one of the best coaches in the game, so I think they're going to go in and steal a relatively close one in Tennessee. I want to say it'll be a 24-21 type of deal, and Georgia comes out with the win.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm gonna take the Georgia Bulldogs on the road. They're a slight 3.5 point favorite. I'm gonna take Georgia on the road. I think the experience of Gunnar Stockton. I know this is his first actual year starting, but he played last year in the playoff, so I don't think there is nothing too bright for him that he hasn't, that he can't be ready for. I feel like that playoff experience, will help him. Tennessee will be without their two starting cornerbacks in this game because of injury. So I think Georgia will find a way to win this game, muck it up, keep it close, and find a way to pull it out. A defensive type of game, maybe like 24-21, 27-24 type of game. But give me the Georgia Bulldogs to beat the Tennessee Volunteers. Our next game of what we're going to go over is the number 16 Texas A&M Aggies at the number 8 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Saturday, 7:30 on NBC. I'll start us off with this one. I am going to take the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to pull this game out at home. I think the loss on the road to Miami in week 1, they had a bye in week 2. So the loss on the road to Miami week 1 got Notre Dame right. They had a week to heal their wounds. I like what I saw from freshman quarterback CJ Carr for Notre Dame. Obviously, we know what the running back room is with Love, Jeremiah Love as the running back. So I think Notre Dame gets up for this game. First big game at Notre Dame in the night, first big game at Notre Dame at night since they played Ohio State with Marvin Harrison. I was 2 years ago, in my opinion. So I like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win at home.
I'm calling an upset. I think the Texas A&M Irish go into South Bend and they beat Notre Dame. I was not impressed with CJ Carr, the quarterback for the Fighting Irish. It was a decent game against Miami. I wasn't all that impressed with Carson Beck either, even though he put up some numbers. Miami was a better team that night. Something, and it's not even like, it's not like I have anything specific. It's like, when you get that feel when you watch a guy and it's like, yeah, he's a guy at quarterback. I didn't get that feeling with CJ Carr, and it's no knock against him. Maybe I need to just see him again, but what I saw from him in that first game was just like he's okay, he's decent. Notre Dame has a really good running game, as you said, with Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price, but I don't know. I feel like this is a team, Texas A&M, that's primed for an upset. I think they've been on the brink to kind of start breaching into that upper echelon of the SEC and nationwide. I feel like this is a game that is a prime opportunity for Texas A&M to really rise in the rankings. So I feel like this will be one of the upset of the weekend. So I'm going with Texas A&M.
Texas A&M gets an upset win on the road against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Can't wait for that game. Again, that game is Saturday, 7:30 on NBC. Last game that we're going to preview is the Vanderbilt Commodores traveling to take on the number 11 South Carolina Gamecocks Saturday at 7:45. This game will be on the SEC Network. John, you start us off. Who's coming out of South Kakalaki with the win? Vanderbilt or South Carolina?
I think the Gamecocks win handily. We're witnessing a guy in Lenore Sellers who I think is going to be the first quarterback off the board this year. Wow. He's gotten so much better since last season. I've been impressed with how he's played. He is a dual threat extraordinaire. So I feel like I just feel like overall South Carolina is just a better team than Vanderbilt. I know they got that feisty Diego Pavia back. Trust me, I know him very well. He took out my Crimson Tide last year. I'm still pissed off about that. So he's a gamer. He's gonna keep Vanderbilt in it for as long as he can. But I just think in general South Carolina will overwhelm Vanderbilt as the game goes on. And I think it'll be too much Lenore Sellers, and the Gamecocks will pull out a win in comfortable fashion.
Lenore Sellers. I can't knock you on that. I'm still taking it back. He's gonna be the first quarterback in the draft. I haven't even thought about the draft yet. That's good. I watched him play that first week on Sunday against Virginia Tech. He looked number one. He had a little Cam Newton to him. You found me how he plays. Cam Newton, Josh Allen, the way big, strong, physical, can throw the ball. Might be probably a little bit more accurate than those two guys coming out of college, but he's built like that. I like Lenore Sellers. I'm taking the upset. I'm taking Vanderbilt going to South Kakalaki and get that dub. Yes, sir. I'm taking the Vanderbilt Commodores. Shane Lee, the coach. Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting his name right. Vanderbilt coach. I don't want to call his name wrong if I. Vanderbilt I'm taking back, like I said, I'm taking Vanderbilt. I love what the team has done. Obviously, I like Diego Pavia. That's a quarterback. We all know him. We get that. I'm sorry. The Vanderbilt coach is Clark Lee. I love what Clark Lee has done since becoming the coach at Vanderbilt. He was hired in 2021. He's at Vanderbilt. That's the worst team in the SEC. It's going to take him a little time to get things situated. He's done that. They went on the road last week and beat Virginia Tech, blew Virginia Tech out in the second half. Just shut them down completely. I like what I'm saying from Virginia Tech. I like what I'm saying from Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt can go ahead and beat South Carolina. I think South Carolina plays up to their competition and a little down to their competition. And Vanderbilt, as we saw last year, and as I think we will see on Saturday, you have to treat them like they're at LSU, they're at Alabama, because that's how they're trying to build their program out. Vanderbilt going to be more up for this game than South Carolina. Give me the Commodores, man. I like Diego Pavia and Clark Lee to get a win on the road, an upset win at South Carolina.
That's bold.
Ladies and gentlemen, and we hope that you guys enjoy week 3 of the college football season. Again, College Game Day will be at Georgia at Tennessee. That game is 3:30 on ABC. College Game Day is 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Big noon kickoff will be at Oregon. And Northwestern. That Fox Big Noon kickoff coverage starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Highly Opinionated. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is brought to you by Edibly Airy. Enjoy the heightened experience of THC edibles in a whole new way. At Edibly Airy, our freeze-dry edibles available in 100 milligram, 200 milligram, 300 milligram, 400 milligram will give you the buzz you crave with a flavor you won't forget. Available in 3 different flavors: watermelon sunset, tropical fruit, and very berry. To place orders, please visit the website at ediblyairy.com. While you're there at ediblyairy.com, use a promotion code. You guys see the promotion code on the screen. $ Highly Airy, $. Again, $ Highly Airy, $ for 20% off your first purchase. Follow us on IG at Edibly Airy for new product releases and monthly hookups. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Edibly Airy, the best freeze-dry edibles out. Go shop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Highly Opinionated. As you can see, we have a special guest on the screen. This gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, former NFL player, honorable All-10 Big Ten member 2014, 2015, went undrafted in 2016, signed with the San Diego Chargers, played for the Arizona Cardinals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. A highly opinionated friend and family member, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Trevor Williams, a.k.a. Pop, for Highly Opinionated. What's up, Pop? How you doing, sir?
Yes, what's good, family? What's good, man? Thanks for having me.
Man, thank you for coming on, brother. How's everything, man? Good to see you, man.
Likewise, man. All is well, man. I'm back here in Baltimore, man, with the family. You know, just coming back to my old stomping grounds. You know, I have been missing home, so just feel good to come back home, see some familiar faces, and you know, just start another chapter of my life.
Good, man. Well, we're glad to have you back here in Baltimore, man. Glad to have you back here home. Let me just say this, man. It's been a while since I've seen you. Obviously, I'm super proud of what you turned out to be. Ladies and gentlemen, this was my freshman at Calvert Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy's turned out to be went from a freshman to a star sophomore to one of the best juniors to the best senior. Calvert Hall made one of the best seniors Calvert Hall had walked through the doors, man. So I'm proud of what you are, proud of what you become, and congratulations on all your success, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, across from another great as well. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, John Graham in the building. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we were speaking on it, you know, before we went live, but man, it was just so much greatness, man, that, you know, that was at Calvert Hall. You know, whether you was playing basketball, football, whatever it was, like, you know, we had a great ecosystem where we were at. And man, just to see where everybody is today, man, like, you know, and I was the freshman coming in, so the upperclassmen, you know, like I said, in John's class and Josh in your class, like, man, it was the ball was high, man. So
yeah, man.
Well,
Just
yeah. Let me just say this. Not
my bad, Jay.
go ahead, JJ. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was
No, go
saying,
ahead, JJ.
I was gonna say, yeah, the mutual respect was always there, man. Like, you and Adrian's class, like, great athletes, but even better dudes. So, like, the mutual respect was always there. And like you said, we were surrounded by a bunch of great athletic minds. We learned from the football players learned from basketball players. We just always, like, you know, connected and shared, like, you know, everything that's going on with us is like on a daily basis. You know, we had like a real like good nucleus right there, like with my class and on down. Like we all, like I said, you spend a lot of time around good guys. You just get it's a lot of great energy, a lot of great vibes, and it carries on onto the court, on the field. So like Josh said, I'm proud of all you guys. You guys have grown up to be just, you know, great athletes. Got to live out your dreams in the NFL, and now you're working on giving back. You're coaching, you know, doing a whole bunch of stuff. So like, amen, nothing but salute over here.
no doubt, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt.
Pops, I was gonna say that yeah, you know, obviously John class and the class before that, Sean Holmes class, John class, my class, and then your class was after. Like, you guys took the mantle and really ran with it. Very few, if any, or none of your people in your class were stuck up. Like, you guys wanted information. And I like people like that. Like, you guys wanted to know how to do this and how to do that. Even if you played sports at Cabot Hall or you didn't play sports, you guys wanted the information. So again, congratulations to you on all your success and everything that you got going on. Before we get started with sports and all that, anything you want to spotlight, anything you got going on that the world should know about?
Oh yeah, I got my nonprofit together. It's mentoring kids. It's called Life Path Navigators. You know, for me growing up, I had a group of mentors that poured into me, that made sure I stayed on the right path and stay out of trouble. And you know, I want to be that same inspiration and that vessel to the youth, the next generation of kids that's coming up. You know, especially here in Baltimore. So part of the reason why I came back home, and just glad to be in a position where I can give back and provide that same ecosystem I had growing up for the next generation.
Absolutely. That's well said and well put. Life Path Navigators. Is that?
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it? Life Path Navigators.
So Trev, tell me about what inspired you with your foundation. Like, can you tell me about the mission?
Yeah. So when I stopped playing, the number one question I was, you know, being asked was, what you think about, you know, coaching? And right away, I kind of, you know, was against it. I was kind of like footballed out. Like, I ain't want to really watch the game. I ain't care to really be around the game too much. I was struggling with that transition phase.
I know that feeling.
And for me, just, you know, when they got like, I feel like I had to kind of like start over all over, like mentally all over again. And I just felt like I just needed a break. I needed a recharge. And I started to get the itch back, but I was looking at things from a different perspective. Like, I just didn't want it to be about just sports. And, you know, a lot of these kids, you know, they struggle with character development. So when it came to the mentorship and, you know, the nonprofit, I was like, you know what? I want to help y'all not only with just sports, but I want to help you out in life. You can't play sports forever. It's an expiration date on it, you know, at some point, right? So I want to be able to, you know, provide the same ecosystem that I had growing up and provide that for these kids, you know, that's coming up behind me, and so on and so forth. So
that's so important. And what you were saying, man, like I understand. Like, I've been through that point in time where, like, it's over soon, probably sooner than you thought, and it's like, okay, well, now I got to be a person without the game. And I didn't want to watch basketball. I didn't want to be around it. I didn't want people talking about it with me. But it's like, everywhere you go, it's like, hey, let's talk about basketball. Or you're tall. Why are you not playing basketball right now? It was the same thing over and over again. And, you know, it's like, I need to get away from that. I want to be around it, because it's like a reminder of like how that, you know, the time is coming to an end sooner than I thought. So I get it there. But you're a person longer than you are an athlete. You're a person a lot more. You spend a lot more time being a person versus being an athlete. Like, you got to. there's ways to be productive in society, especially as Black men and Black women, to be produce well in society. Be examples like in things, being professionals in things other than sports. Mm-hmm. You can still be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be an athlete or a professional athlete or an entertainer. It doesn't have to be those things. You are capable of being other things. And I think it's important to show young boys and girls early, like that, hey, there's avenues for you. There's options that you create if you're willing to put the work in. Now, if you want to be an athlete, that's great. But I would say, like, whenever I had the opportunity to speak to young kids, I want to know, like, what else you're into. I want to know what your interests are outside of sports. Like, what would you want to do if your sport was not an option? What's your plan B? And it's easy to talk about it. Like, we grew up, being told, like, hey, we got to put our soul into the game, and we do that. Yeah. But the thing is, when you put your soul into it and then it's over, well, your soul doesn't stop being, associated with it. You're still in it. So that's why it hurts so bad, because you cared that much and you poured so much into it. It's almost like you can't identify what life is like without it. So I think it's just so important to have foundations like yours to show, hey, look, you have that passion in sports, go for it. But you need to find, like, what else you're interested in and what your passion is outside of sport, because, like I said, you're a person longer than you are an athlete, and that's really important message to spread. So I commend you for that. I definitely have best wishes for your foundation as it moves forward.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. I just happen to, I always tell these kids, like, man, listen, you're a person first. You're a human being first. You know what I mean? You just happen to be an athlete, But I remember I was at the grocery store with my nephews, and they're like, one of them is 2, the other one is about to be 4. And the lady just assumed that he was going to play sports. She was asking questions, and she was just like, yeah, so what sport is he going to play? I'm like, damn, he automatically, you just putting that exactly. That umbrella on him. I said, he'll probably own the team.
And
or be a GM or sports agent. You know what I mean? I'm not going to argue this, put him in the category of being just an athlete. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, it's so many ways to get into sports that you don't necessarily have to be an athlete. You can be a commentator, you can be an agent, you can be an analyst, you can be, there's multiple ways to get into the sports game. So that's definitely I like your answer. He doesn't have to play for the team. He can own the team. You feel me? He could general manage the team. It's a lot of guys in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball that have never played a lick of that sport, but they're the general manager of a team. Look at the team that just won the NBA championship. Look at Sam Presti. I've never seen him play a dribble basketball. I've never seen him shoot a basketball. But I know one thing: he can sure as hell pick He can sure as hell pick some basketball players, from Kevin Durant to Russell Westbrook to James Harden. The man fleeced the Clippers and having them thinking, well, yeah, y'all got Paul George. No. We got Shea Gilgeous. So you feel me? Like, drafted Jalen Williams and all that. So it's definitely more than one way to get into the sports game. So I definitely like your answer for that. My last question on life pathway navigators is, obviously you played in the NFL. We'll get to that in a second. Play college football and in the NFL. What are some of the lessons that you learned from playing in the NFL that you use to help you with your nonprofit life pathway navigators? Like, what lessons did you use playing that you use in your business now, or businesses now?
The discipline, it has to outweigh the motivation. Like, what I noticed from a lot of guys, from the rookies to the 10, 15-year vets, they had their routine, and they never got tired of doing that same routine over and over and over again. And the guys who got comfortable or were going through the motions, those were the guys that got cut. Those were the guys that typically got hurt. Like something like a soft tissue injury, like pulling a hamstring or a quad or something. Like I remember telling myself, like, damn, I knew I should have hydrated a little bit more last night. And then the following day, I felt a strain in my hamstring. But I caught it. Like, this is something I already knew. Like, I knew better. And even like to this day, like, I still keep my routine, getting up in the morning, going to the gym, reading the book, staying on top of my nutrition. And like it's still a battle for me. You know what I mean? Like not just because I'm not an athlete anymore. Like that routine, that mindset, it never leaves. And I'm always a person that I pride myself on leading by example. So when I'm talking to these kids, I'm letting them know, like, listen, I'm doing the same thing you're doing, just in a different profession. But that discipline, that consistency, is still relevant.
Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, again, like echoing everything that I'm saying, like that discipline, that routine, that mindset of look, I'm not just going to let myself go and just like eat whatever I want. I'm going to take care of my body. I'm going to, basically act like an athlete, even though I'm not like, playing necessarily anymore. So I definitely understand that for sure. Are we getting into sports soon? Or are we still talking about?
We can do whatever you want, brother.
Yeah.
If you want to change the subject, we can. If you want to stay on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's get a little bit of college football if you don't mind. Our guys at Penn State, man, like they're back in the top 5 again. There's expectations that they should get to the national championship game. I personally said on my show, Club JG, that if not now, then when?
Right.
They have the talent on paper. When is it going to be time? When do you finally get over the hump? When do you beat Ohio State? When do you live up to the expectations? And then when I ask those questions, my mind goes back to James Franklin, the guy that is 1-12 or something like that against Ohio State and can't seem to win the big game. Lost last year in the semifinals to a Notre Dame team, well coached by Marcus Freeman, good team there. But I just felt like Penn State dropped the ball there again. What have you seen Penn State in the first couple of weeks? Like, what are your thoughts on them? Do you feel like this is the year they finally get over the hump, or are we really in for same old Penn State? What are your thoughts there?
I got faith in my guys, man. I do believe that this year is the year. We pretty much got everybody back except the tight end Warren. But
Tyler
I
Warren.
feel like, yeah, Tyler Warren. Yeah, I feel like this is the season that these guys they take advantage of the opportunity. I think it's important. I mean, we got to get through Oregon first, right? And Oregon's a good team. They're a solid competitor. But I think when we come across those matchups, we got to be opportunistic. Like, we have to minimize the penalties. Like, we have to be able to capitalize on the field goals. Like, win the turnover ratio. We got to win on all phases of the ball. It has to be complementary football at its best level. So those teams you can't make too many mistakes against. And I feel like we in the past we've shot ourselves in the foot making those mistakes and not making those big plays, not converting on the third down, not converting on the fourth down. Like, we got to make sure that we dot all our I's and cross our T's.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that against FIU this past Saturday. They won. They shut out FIU, but the offense did not look impressive to me at all. The defense played well, I thought. Obviously you're pitching a shutout. You did a pretty good job on defense, no matter who it is. It's a Division I college football team. But I look at this offense. I look at Drew Allard. We got Penn State had gotten some transfers in at the wide receiver position because the wide receiver position for Penn State was the least thrown to, like, skill group. I think it was amongst the lowest in all of college football. And I feel like the offense got a little predictable. Yeah, Katron Allen and Nick Singleton in the backfield for you, 2,000-yard rushers. That's a big deal. But eventually, this offense is going to have to evolve. Like, what do you expect from these new wide receivers that are coming in? And like you said, the mistakes that you're making, the penalties and all the discipline, you can't get away with that against Oregon. Like they're a top 5 team. Those teams are going to make you pay, and it could cost you a spot. But do you see Penn State winning the Big Ten, or do you think that another team will get in their way in that regard?
I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they do. Like, we can't have those slow starts. You know what I mean? We can't have those slow starts. You're talking about Ohio State, Oregon, these teams, they got explosive athletes, especially on their offense. They got a roster of talent. And I think that those games are on the road this year as well, I believe. And you talk about going into enemy territory. You're playing against the opposing team, but you're also playing against the refs. So, you can't leave the game in the refs' hands, and make the best of the opportunity.
So Penn State plays Oregon September 27th. That's whiteout. That is the whiteout at Penn State. I'm sure you guys, by you both being Penn State alumnus, you guys know that that's the whiteout game this year. Number 4 Oregon, currently number 2 Penn State. Saturday, September 27th. Then all the way on November the 1st, you guys travel to the Ohio State. That'll probably be a noon kickoff game on Fox, more likely than not. So I like Penn State. John, you said it earlier. Obviously, I know you guys. Adrian went there. A couple other people I know that went to Penn State. For me, I like Drew Aller. Not in love with him. I like him. I love the two running backs, Singleton and Allen. I like them. Obviously, that Penn State had to jump into the transfer portal to get some wide receivers that add some speed and some shiftiness to the wide receiver room. For me, the only question I have is about James Franklin. Like you said earlier, John, he's 1-12 against Ohio State. He struggled against top 10 teams. He only has 1 win against the top 10 team. He has 2 wins against the top 10 team. I think he got 1 last year. The previous one was against Michigan when they had Shea Patterson as a quarterback. I think that was a Saturday night game where Jim Harbaugh was the coach. So he struggles usually in these type of moments. So I just need to see if James Franklin can do his job and step up. And if he does his job and step up, you guys have all the talent. You guys have everything that you need. If you look, I'm not trying to disrespect Penn State, so don't come at me, because Michigan, if you look at what Michigan did a couple years ago, the last year, the 14 playoff, their schedule looks like Michigan. Nobody, somebody, somebody, nobody. And that's fine. Like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make the schedule. I mean, not like you can't make the schedule, but the schedule is made 5 years in advance. So we get that. But if they can beat Oregon, which I don't like to predict a game 2 weeks in advance, but I think that they will beat Oregon. I think that they'll beat Oregon at home. If they can find a way to beat Ohio State, they'll be the number one overall seed in the playoff and get a bye and win the Big Ten. They won the Big Ten last year. For me, this year is not about the Big Ten. It's about, can they win the national championship? I think they can, but I just need to see James Franklin, coach at his best when his best.
Got to get that monkey off his back, for sure.
Thank you. Same way in the NFL that we do. I'm sorry, JG, cut you off. It's the same thing in the NFL that we do with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Like, bro, we know you're talented, but until you win, you gotta win. You know how it is, Pops. So like Calvin Hall. Y'all won the MIAA championship. Until y'all won it, it didn't matter. Like, y'all had to go win it. Y'all had to go do that. Y'all had to go beat Loyola. Same thing for John. Like, bro, you kept losing to St. Francis until you beat them. Like, bro, we know you good. We know you got great players. You got to beat them. So
that damn St. Francis.
That's how it is. So yeah, James Franklin, man. I'm not going to pardon my language. I'm not going to shit on him like the rest of the media does. He's not this. He's not that. This is his best team to get to the championship and or win the championship. I think he should coach his best, and I think that he will. You guys, speaking of Penn State, Pops, you rooting for him? No, that's. I mean, you should. Like, you definitely should. I mean, you guys have. I think the 3 best teams in the conference are Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. I think right now Penn State is better than Ohio State. I know they beat Texas the first week. I get that, but Texas, that's the first game of the season. Like college football, you don't even have a preseason. So, for Texas' first game to be at the Horseshoe, you unveiling the banner, Lee Corso retiring, big noon there, college game day there, bro, that's a lot. These are college kids, man. At the end of the day, we are adults, and we get starstruck and like nervous. These are college kids. So part of my language, they probably shit in their pants. Like, oh my God, where the hell am I? Like, oh Lord. Like, you feel me? They wanted to be at a football game. They not trying, bro. That was a festival. Like, for real. Like Lee Corso. Game day was there. Fox was there. Like number 1 versus, I know it was number 1 versus number 3, but in one poll it was number 1 versus number 2, the biggest season opener ever. Like, bro, I'm nervous and I'm just watching the game. How the hell? I'm like, so now I gotta go out here and catch the ball. Now I gotta go out here and tackle Pops. Man, I can't do that, man. I'm about to go sit down. Like,
but I like that though. I like seeing those top teams go at it with each other early on. Like, set the tone for the season. Like, it's similar to what we saw with Vince Young. the year they won the Natty, and they play Ohio State. I think they played at Ohio State.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State had AJ Hawk, Santonio.
Yeah, at Ohio State. Yeah.
Like,
I'm with
bring that excitement back. You know what I mean?
I'm 100% with you. I want more of that. Give me more top 5 matchups in week 1. Give me more top 10 matchups. Do not give me these cupcake games. Give me more of these marquee matchups on the beginning. This is why you play. It's why you play, right?
We used to call it stat week. You know what I mean? Stat week. Yeah, this is a stat game right here, right? Yeah. So I'm like, nah, man. Let's actually see those guys going at it, man. You got playoffs.
No, I'm with you guys. I'm with you. I'm with you guys on that, but I'm just saying, as a freshman walking into the shoe for the first time, I'm playing on Texas. I don't care what they say. I'm nervous. I'm sure you guys have had games where you played at Maryland, you played in the NFL, Pops. I'm sure you were nervous.
My response to that is, if you are nervous about it or you don't want, don't come. Like if you're gonna go to Texas to play football,
it's not that.
No, hear me out, man. If you're gonna go to Texas to play football, man, get ready. This is what you signed
Texas.
up for.
Texas. Football in Texas is a religion.
You sign up for Penn State football. Get ready, man. Let's go. Like nobody cares if you're a freshman. You just graduated from high school. All right, that's over. You're in it now. Like that's why you came here.
And they in the SEC. They in the SEC.
No,
yes.
You're 100% right. Okay, I'm gonna hit y'all with this. You guys are 100% right, and I'm not debating that. Just hear me out. When y'all watch Texas and Ohio State, there's no way you can tell me watching that game that Arch Manning wasn't nervous.
No,
that's my point,
bro. He has Manning, like the last name Manning on his back. How nervous you gonna be, bro? Like you got a bloodline full of Hall of Famers, bro. I mean, I can say full of Hall of Famers, but
I get
Super Bowl champions. Like he comes from a good pedigree.
No,
you're
right. Maybe butterfly.
But Eli and Peyton wasn't there with him. That's my point. Like he had to go out there. He has Manning as his name. You're 100% right. But at that point, that wasn't Peyton. That wasn't Eli. Shit, that wasn't Archie. That's Arch Manning. And I'm just saying, like, watch him play. Like he missed certain passes in that game that you knew he wouldn't have missed if he was playing, I don't know. I mean, name a stadium. If he was playing at the Orange Bowl, he would have made, some passes he wouldn't have been as nervous. But I'm saying his first career start was on the road. That's my only point. I'm not obviously if you get nervous, like we all get nervous, and like people
that
get
was
nervous.
His first career start?
And obviously, you deal with him how you deal with him. Huh?
It wasn't his first career start.
No, he started 2 games.
First career start on the road.
Oh
no, first career start on the road. He didn't start on the road last year. You feel me? And then, like, listen, I'm not trying not.
He might have had some butterflies in there. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, butterflies. There we go, Pops. Thank you, bro. Thank you. That's the phrase I should have used. I should have used the phrase butterflies. My bad, Pops. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Go ahead, JJ.
Yeah, but my thing is like, look,
nervous. I'm sorry, Arch. You're not nervous. Just had some butterflies.
I'm saying, like, for Arch, man, like you've been there for a couple of years now at Texas, so you've seen the atmosphere at least. You weren't sitting at home when Texas went on the road to play Michigan last year and stuff like that. You've seen these atmospheres. Now, yes, it's one thing to be on the bench versus being the starting quarterback and being the guy. Absolutely. He looked nervous. He threw some balls in the dirt that I'm like, all right, he's not going to do that again. But the good news is, hey, week 1, get it out the way, learn from it, and then get ready for your next. Because that SEC, you know what's coming down the pipeline in the SEC. So I'd rather get it out the way now, get the nervousness out, get the butterflies, get the kinks out, and then get ready because Texas is very much still in the playoff picture. I expect Arsenal to get better, and Texas will definitely be in it. So. I thought, again, I'd rather see more top 10 matchups off the bat. Look, let's find out where we are. Let's get the measuring stick, and then we have a real understanding of what we are as a team early in the season as opposed to later in the season. That's how I look at it.
And to all the Big Ten haters out there, Big Ten, that's where the real football at, man.
Ooh. That was next question for you, dog. Hey,
all them SEC levels out there, Big Ten.
Is the Big Ten slowly taking over college football from the SEC?
Come on, bro. Every now and then we might take some time off, and, and let everybody else. Big Ten is where it's at, man. I'm gonna pop my shit, pardon my French, but yeah, man, Big Ten where it's at.
Now you good. Coming from, ladies and gentlemen, this is coming from an honorable all Big Ten member from the 2014-2015 seasons in the college football. So he knows his Big Ten better than anybody. You guys. And John's part of that as well with Maryland and Penn State, and obviously you Pops with Penn State. And as far as football, you guys own it. You guys have the last 2 national champions, if I'm mistaken, right?
Right.
Ohio State won it
Michigan,
last
Ohio
year.
State.
Michigan,
Yep.
Ohio State. I'm trying to think who won the championship before Michigan. That was Georgia. I think it was Georgia. Yeah, Georgia won. So they have you guys have the last 2 national champions, and I'm looking at this top 10. Ohio State number 1. Penn State is number 2. Oregon is number 4. So you have a good chance of I know Michigan took a step back at Oklahoma last Saturday. Me and John talked about that early in the show. But at the end of the day, like you guys have the last 2 national champions, so that's good. Speaking of you being in the Big Ten, all Big Ten member 2014, 2015. Before we transfer to the NFL, what are some of your fondest playing memories at Penn State?
Oh man, my first whiteout game. I think we played Ohio State. Matter of fact, played Ohio State. I just remember, like it's different when you watch it on College game day, right? And you look at the atmosphere, you think about all those moments where you're like, damn, bro, like I remember Tamba Ali getting that game winning sack, right, versus Old State, and the crowd going crazy. I remember those moments, and to actually be there, living that moment. I mean, it was nothing like that's better than any NFL stadium I've ever played in, and I've played in pretty much all of them. Penn State, Beaver Stadium, top tier, man. And
nothing like it,
bro. So yeah, my first whiteout, my first game at corner. We played at MetLife Stadium, and we played Syracuse. Got the game winning interception, and trying to think what else, man. I'm gonna put all the whiteouts, bro. All the whiteouts, man. Like better than any homecoming game. Like all the whiteout games, bro. I remember seeing other teams come in there and like they look spooked out. They look nervous. Damn the butterflies. They look nervous. Like I mean, like
see what I'm saying?
You feel what I'm saying? Like I seen Michael Thomas, the wide receiver. I seen his eyes like it was like some cartoon shit. Like his eyes were like this. Wow. Like, I seen it. I think the TV copy they caught that. So I was like, and he had a terrible game, by the way. But yeah, man, that was
Hey, Pops. I'm sorry, Pops. This is a great story, bro. I'm sorry. Let me ask you a question. Was it the corner that was opposite him giving him trouble, or was it the nerves of the people? Was it them? Was it 100, bro? When you walk into Beaver Stadium, you see all that white, and you look at you like, yo, like it looked like you in a maze,
bro. It might have been all of the above, bro. It's all of the above. Like you see that clip on Instagram when Michigan came to our stadium, and they had to call timeout the first play of the game because the crowd was too loud. Like you won't find that at any other stadium. Nowhere. I don't care if it's LSU, Bama, Tennessee, Michigan, like Penn State, Beaver Stadium. Nah, bro. Like when they say it's 114,000, 110,000, whatever it is, 100 plus, you hear every last person in that stadium.
I've been blessed. I've been blessed to witness some crazy atmospheres in college football. Penn State's definitely up there. But I gotta tell you, bro, I went down to LSU to watch Alabama. This is Bryce Young versus Jaden Daniels down at Baton Rouge. The SEC is different. Like the way that they tailgate, the way that atmosphere was. Look, I've been blessed. I want to say I've been blessed to see some different atmospheres, man. But Penn State whiteout is definitely like top tier. You really got to be there to witness it for yourself to really put it into words. Like you can watch, like you said, you can watch it on TV. You can get like a glimpse, like from a camera angle, but to be there in person to experience that, it's a game changer for sure.
You literally like you feel the everybody say, man, you can feel the stadium shaking. You can feel it. You really feel it. Like it's no exaggeration.
It's not a joke. You can feel the damn field shaking.
Right. That's like I said, man. Just watching it on TV, like listening to you, like it does no justice to watching it on TV. And I remember that Michigan game because I actually picked Michigan to win that game. And then the first play of the game, they called timeout, and I'm like, oh yeah, this game over. They have no chance. Like they can't like somebody's right here. They can't even hear the person right here talking to them. That's how loud it is. So if Penn State has a whiteout, I don't ever remember seeing them losing a whiteout game in my lifetime. Maybe they have. I'm not saying they have, but I can't remember a whiteout game that they lost. I mean, they play hard. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be crazy. And then again, this year with the talent that you guys have, that Penn State has, Oregon in trouble. September 27th. They in trouble. They in some serious trouble.
That's the perfect whiteout
game
right there, bro. That's the perfect one.
Yeah, perfect. It's even listen. It's only 3 games, in my opinion, that should be whiteout games for Penn State. Y'all went to the schools. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Oregon, obviously now because we changed conference. Oregon, right. If USC ever get good, USC, because that's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Michigan and Ohio State. They're the only 4 games that should be whiteouts. Everything else, when we're gonna play, we playing at 3:30 or we playing at 12. We not playing. We don't deserve to play. Y'all don't deserve to play us at 7:30. Like Michigan State, God bless them. That's not ever gonna be a whiteout game for Penn State. It's just not. Like they should beat Michigan State. And Michigan State is a fine team. Shout out to Jonathan Smith. He's doing well. I like what he's doing. Changing the program at Michigan State. Got it from Mel Tucker. But that's never gonna be the game. Ohio State, Michigan, USC, or how they doing now in Oregon. I feel sorry. Dante Moore, brother, you ain't seen nothing like what you're going to see on September 27th. So get ready. Get ready, brother. Get ready. Man, woo. Man, he going to be wishing, man, bro. He going to be wishing he was right there in Oregon playing with them Ducks, making up some New Jerseys with Phil Knight out there, man. That's going to be crazy for him. Pops, as we move forward to the NFL, bro, I just want to give you your flowers, man. A lot of people talk about getting it out the mud. No, brother, you really got it out the mud. Let me speak on this. You went undrafted in 2016. It means 7 rounds, no one picked you up. You signed a undrafted free agent deal with the then San Diego Chargers. Turned out they end up starting for them in 2017. Then you played for the Arizona Cardinals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Pittsburgh Steelers. For me, I just wanted to give you your flowers for that because a lot of people talk about getting it out the mud, but when things go sideways, they quit. Not you. You were determined to be special, determined to make a way, determined to show the world, like, I'm Trevor Williams. Y'all gonna know who the hell I am. Like, people don't know this. Like, we all went to school together. They know that. But the one thing about you, Pops, that you never change. You the same guy now that you were back then. Obviously a little older, you obviously more wise and stuff like that, but you have the same good heart, great personality, like open spirit, like you still that guy. So I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you that you got out the mud then. I'm happy what you're doing now with Life Pathway Navigators. I'm just happy for you in general. But again, getting it out the mud is a phrase that we use, that we hear all the time. Nah, brother, you the real spitting image of it. So just let the people talk to the people about being undrafted, talk about the people about that process, and talk about the people about eventually getting in the NFL and playing with the San Diego Chargers. By the way, do you still call them San Diego? Because I know I do. That's hard for me to be like, yo, that's the LA Chargers.
Yeah, like I don't even add the city to it no more. I just call them the Chargers, like because it never felt right saying LA Chargers. Like it just felt natural to say San Diego.
Bring them back to San Diego.
No, listen, they need to. Okay. Like San Diego, a lot of people don't know, man. San Diego was a vibe, man. Like I had a lot of fun out there.
It's my favorite city in the world. I love
great city. If you haven't been, man, definitely should go out there, check it out. Laid back type of city, great people, great vibes. I miss it, to be honest with you. But man, you know, for me, even like coming out of high school, bro, like I didn't get my first scholarship offer until senior year. I'm talking like July or August of, you know, my senior year. So like that underdog story, that getting it out the mud, like that's something that I know all too well, right? And, you know, being undrafted, like my class, it was Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, James Bradbury, who else? Cyrus Jones. Like, you know, it was a lot of guys, you know, that came out in that class. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, all right, I can see why you would take these guys. They got, you know, the numbers. They went to the schools where, the level of play got a little bit more prime time notoriety. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. But then it was like some guys, I'm like, what school he go to? I don't even know what colors they wear. Like, how the hell he passed me up, right? So I was, it had that extra chip on my shoulder, right? It was a lot of anger that I felt, after the draft. And I just remember telling myself, like, man, all I need to do is get my foot in the door. And once I get my foot in, I ain't looking back. So one of the scouts for the Chargers, I was talking to him throughout the whole, like, lead up to the draft. And normally, like, the scout that you're talking to the most, or the staff from whatever team that you're talking to the most, typically doesn't sign you. But I don't know if his name, James McPherson. Like, that's how much we talked. We talked damn near every week. And, we would speak on football. We would speak about, life. And I'll be damned, they called me after the draft and wanted to sign me as a undrafted free agent. I flew out that same weekend. And I mean, every day I was about business every single day. We had probably like 10 DBs, and I just kept telling myself, like, man, that shit, it's a spot for me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make my way. I'm gonna make my spot somewhere on this team. Whether it's like corner, special teams, I don't care. Like, I'm supposed to be here.
That's good, man. That's definitely good. I'm glad that it's like, to me, life is all about relationships, and obviously that relationship that you build up with the scout. What was his name? James what?
McPherson.
James McPherson.
Yeah.
You obviously built a good enough relationship up with him. So when this draft was over, called you up, hey man, basically come try out. 9 other guys, 10 other guys. And I tell my son this all the time. I tell the guys on the show this all the time. Like, cream rises to the top. Like, you never know how good you can be until you go out here and try to see how good you are. You feel me? Like, don't ever limit yourself. Always chase after your dreams and go after them. Because the one time that you don't chase them and go after them, you'll never know what you can't be. So that's definitely good to hear you get it out the mud again. That draft class that you came in with some of them corners again. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Rhodes, stuff players like that. So yeah, we get that. But for you to go undrafted and have a good NFL career, I mean, bro, you got 113 tackles, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Not everybody doing that. Not everybody can do that. And I always tell athletes, I always try to have somebody on here that's an athlete, whether I'm working with Tim, whether I'm working with John, or the guest. I tell y'all all the time, like, it's a lot easier sitting at a desk behind a computer with a microphone, like, hey, I should have did this, I should have did that. It's a million times harder to do what y'all do. A million times. So I just want to all the athletes, but especially to you, like, just, we appreciate y'all. I know athletes get criticized a lot, but I truly appreciate y'all, because y'all put on a show every night that I watch, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer, whatever. So
yeah, man, people only see game day, right? They only see the game day. You don't see the build up. You don't see what goes on in the off season. Like, it's a lot of hours, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of film study, it's a lot of preparation that goes into play before game day. You know what I mean? And
a lot of reality checks too in the off season, bro.
yeah.
It'd be a lot of coming to Jesus moments. Like, I still want to do this. Like, all.
I'm telling you,
and one more thing, like, the time that y'all take away from your families. Like, bro, it's Pops, I know it's time that you took away from your family, the practice, the training. Look, listen, man, y'all more disciplined than me. Y'all know I like to have a good time. Y'all know it's same old Josh, baby. We like to have a good time over here. Y'all can't do that. Y'all gotta practice. You gotta train. You gotta wake up early. You feel me? So, like, when I used to hang out with y'all and talk to y'all, I will always say, like, bro, I'm never going to deter you or distract you from going where you trying to go. Bro, I can always have fun. You can't always play football. You can't always play basketball. You can't always play baseball. Like, that shit has a time stamp. That shit has a time stamp on it. When it's time to go, that door gonna shut and it's time to go. So, Pops, I love what you've done during your career, during your playing career, and obviously what you're doing after your playing career. Anyway, here at Highly Opinionated, we can help you, brother. You know that we will, man. Before we get you up out of here, I do want to ask you about the NFL. We touched college football. Let's touch the NFL for just a quick second. Obviously, we saw that wonderful Sunday night masterpiece up in Buffalo for the Buffalo Bills. They beat the Baltimore Ravens in what people are calling already the game of the year. Some more week 1 games. The Chargers beat the Chiefs. The Eagles beat the Cowboys. The Commanders beat the Giants. Just what are some of your thoughts of week 1 in the NFL season so far?
Man, listen, 2025, man, like this is a great year for football, man. I watched a couple of the games yesterday. Pittsburgh looking good. You know, A-Rod, he got his groove back. And I'm excited to see that matchup with the Ravens. You know, even though I ain't never played for the Ravens, you know, I still support the home team. You know, I ain't take it too personal. But you know, I'm still rooting for them, man. They just gotta they gotta erase the bonehead mistakes, man. Like that was you know, a lack of discipline, man. You know, you can't get too lax and too comfortable, man. You gotta finish the game, finish it. You can't blow that 15-point lead, you know, with 4 minutes left in the game. You can't do that if you want to be a championship team. But you know, they'll get it back right, man. I'm pulling for the Ravens to win the Super Bowl, actually. You know what I mean? Like you hand it here first, you know, for me. You know. So,
hey, Pops, you are my witness. You Pops, you my witness. Pops, you my witness. Yeah. You know me. I've never ever picked the Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. You know this. Never. I picked them this year. And then I watched that bullshit ass performance they did on Sunday night, man. I'm just taking everything in me not to change my pick. But I'm holding strong though. I'm gonna hold on with my pick.
Yeah, bro, hold strong.
It's one game, folks.
It's week 1.
I'm holding strong, bro. It's week 1.
Trev, the reason why
what we try not to do on this show. Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Because he's gonna start going off, and he ain't gonna stop. So
as the resident Raven fan on this show, I understand it's week 1, but the problem was it was them. It was Buffalo, man. It's Josh Allen. It's the same 2 guys. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, the Bills. It's the same guys. That's why it's so irritating and gut-wrenching for Baltimore to see that blown leads. This is what the Ravens do. I don't know if you guys saw the stat, but John Harbaugh has the most blown double-digit leads in NFL history since probably the 90s. That's not a great stat to have as a coach.
Yo, I can't put that on John last night though. I can't put it on John. Like, we can't fumble the ball, bro. Like,
yeah, look, Derrick Henry was the last guy. Derrick Henry's the last guy I would think to pull that turnover in that moment. That just don't happen with King Henry.
Derrick Henry, take off them arm sleeves, bro. Like, bro, it's damn near silk, bro. Take off the arm sleeves.
You think that's what it was?
Yo, it's the arm sleeves, bro. I'm telling you, yo, that material is like, it's damn near silk, bro. It's no grip from the football, bro. Take that shit off your arms, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, somebody to, you know, hey, yo, 4 minutes left, bro. Take that shit off, bro. When we gotta run this clock out, just take that shit off, bro. Because I wore them arm sleeves, bro. It's just for the look. It doesn't help anything else, bro. It's just for the look. Ain't nobody gonna tell y'all this, but they do a whole bunch of shit. It's just for the look. That's it, bro.
Well, damn it, we ain't got time to look pretty out here, man.
We ain't got time to look pretty,
bro. Thank you, man.
We ain't got time to look pretty out here. We gotta play football.
Gotta play football, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because it ain't just against anybody. It's them. The guys that took you out in the playoffs. Mark Andrews should have caught the football. I understand, but it's those guys in that stadium with those fans who I'm gonna get into later in Club JG for sure. Because I got some words for Bills Mafia. I got some words for them. Let me tell you. But come on, man. Like, this is it's not the Ravens not being better than the team they're against. It's them continuing to do things to shoot themselves in the foot to make you lose the game. I haven't seen a playoff game where it's like the Ravens have no shot. The roster does not measure up to the. I haven't said that in the past 4 years. I haven't. when Lamar and the Ravens lost to that Tennessee Titans team, ironically featuring Derrick Henry, Ravens had a better roster. Ryan Tannehill had maybe 50, 60 yards passing that game. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown pass. One more than Ryan Tannehill. You can't tell me that the roster of the Titans was better than the Ravens that year.
They just beat themselves, bro. Like that's
going on right to 2020, right where we are now, man. It's just keep playing football. Like don't take your foot off the gas. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like I don't. People talk about the psychological stuff and the mental block where it's like, yo, you're there, you're doing it. Just keep doing it. Don't take your foot off the gas. Act like you're down 15. You know what I mean? Like you up 15, you want to play not to lose and just bleed the clock. No, go get 50. My coach would always tell us, man, like when we get up big, get more. Like this ain't enough. I want 70 points. I want 90. Try to get to 100. Don't take your foot off the gas because we up 20. No, go up 30, go up 40.
That killer instinct, man. That killer instinct has to show. Like,
yeah, I'm like, we up 20? Oh, hell yeah. I'm ready to embarrass them now. We want to go up 30. Yeah. And I feel like for whatever reason, the defense especially, man, I don't know what the hell going on with them right now. But it looked a lot more like this like last year. And I don't want to take too much time getting into it, Josh, but I'm just saying, like, the bottom line is
John triggered right now, man.
Bottom line is, man.
Bro, listen, hey, Pops. Right after this segment, we're gonna talk about the Ravens and the Bills. I'm just gonna shut up and give you the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm going with. I'm going.
Pop. I'm
gonna go ahead.
Listen, it's one thing about football Mondays. Your team play on Sunday, they will make or break your week for the following week. So if your team win, you happy. If your team lost, you are mad. I know some Commanders fans, Victory Monday, Bills fans, Victory Monday, Chiefs fans, not happy. Ravens fans, not happy. I'm a Baker Mayfield guy. I like Baker Mayfield, so I'm happy about my Bucks. You feel we found a way to get on that win down there in old hot Atlanta. By the way, let me just say this: did y'all have a chance to watch Emeka Egbuka? Woo wee! That boy good. That boy cold.
Yeah.
That boy cold.
Yeah.
Pops, we love you, bro. We appreciate you for your time. You're the best, bro. Again, man, shout out to Life Pathway Navigators. Appreciate you for doing everything that you're doing. Any way that here on Highly Opinionated we can help you, bro, you know that we will. All love, man, and we thank you for coming on, man. We look forward for you to come back on the show whenever you want to, bro.
Man, appreciate y'all, man. Definitely good seeing y'all, hearing from y'all boys, man. Love y'all, man. Appreciate you.
Always
all love, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the great Trevor Williams. We're going to take a break here on Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War? Make sure you guys click on the link, shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to recap week 1 of the NFL games. Let's start off with the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles had banner night. They unveiled the banner. And the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowboys 24-20. Jalen Hurts 19-23, 152 yards, 14 carries, 62 yards, two touchdowns on the ground. Saquon Barkley was basically held in check. 18 attempts, 60 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground. Jahan Dotson was the Eagles' lead receiver, 3 catches, 59 yards. The Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott 21-34, 188 yards. Javonte Williams 15 attempts, 54 yards. CeeDee Lamb 7 catches, 110 yards. John, your thoughts on the Philadelphia Eagles starting the season 1-0?
The Dallas Cowboys could have easily won this game. I thought that there's real concern in the Eagles secondary. It's nowhere near what they were with their Super Bowl team last year, so I feel like that's a concern. Obviously, Jalen Carter doing the bonehead thing he did, getting himself ejected from the game, that was very compromising to the Eagles front seven. and the Dallas Cowboys took advantage of it. Javonte Williams had 2 rushing touchdowns, right? And the interior of the offensive line really was very effective in large part because Carter wasn't on the field. So there's chances, and CeeDee Lamb, massive drop passes, like in the worst points of the game, stuff that I haven't seen from CeeDee Lamb. You don't see it often. CeeDee Lamb's a great receiver. He finished with 7 catches, 110, but they were just crucial drops at crucial points in the game where if he makes those catches, I think Dallas comes out of there with a win. But at the same time, a lot of credit to Philly's offensive line once again. Jalen Hurts was not uncomfortable at any point in this game. There was 0 pass rush, 0 pressure on Jalen Hurts. It seemed like every play on every down, he had time to look left, look right, back middle. Oh, nobody's open? Okay, I'll just go run for a first down, or I'll go run for a touchdown. Like, he had all that time to just process it, and it's like, oh, okay, somebody got through, but run first down. It never looked like he was rushed remotely, just kind of like just casually just managing the game. And look, a lot of people give people a lot of garbage for saying Jalen Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback. It's not about the stats with Jalen Hurts. It's about, coach, what do you need from me to win this game? Saquon Barkley, as you said, was held in check by his standards. 18 carries for 60 yards. That ain't Saquon Barkley standards. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, these are Jalen Hurts' two top receivers. They combined for 4 catches, 24 yards. That's not normally with most quarterbacks. When you have your running back held in check and your 2 top receivers not really producing, you might lose the game. But Jalen Hurts made all the correct plays like all throughout the game. This 19-23, put into perspective, 3 drop passes and then 1 throwaway. Other than that, that's a perfect game. You got to think about that. Jalen Hurts, this is why Jalen Hurts is in my top 5 at number 5. I got him at number 5 personally behind the AFC 4, Mahomes, Jackson, Allen, Joe Burrow. He's not going to put up the numbers that those guys put up. That's not who he is. It's not his game. But his game leads to wins. That's what it's about. What do you need from me to win this game? And we saw it in the playoffs. We saw it in the Super Bowl. It was time for him to crank up the numbers and outplay Patrick Mahomes. He did it. But he doesn't have to do it every game to win. The objective for your franchise quarterback is win the game. Jalen Hurts fits that description to a T. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes twice in the Super Bowl. Kicked his ass this past Super Bowl, as we all saw. He was front line. Obviously, had a lot to do with that, but thoroughly outplayed by Jalen Hurts. This man knows what it takes to win the game, and if you're starting a team, you cannot go wrong with taking Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. Now, again, the stats don't reflect that, but the guy's an elite winner.
Yeah, you can't take nothing away from Jalen Hurts. I'm not gonna really touch the Eagles side. It's 1 week. Trust me, I do a show with an Eagles fan every week. Oh, trust me, I'll hear about all their frailties and all the excuses that come with them on why they won't win this year. I'll hear that all through the year. I'm gonna give the Eagles their congratulations on that they won this week. They 1-0. They deserve that. I'm not gonna talk about no weaknesses that I saw. It's 1 week. I'm gonna talk about the Cowboys. I told y'all last week I thought the Cowboys would be the second best team in this division. I'm still standing on that. The Cowboys should have, like you said, they should have won the game. They're only going to get better as the season progresses. I think Jerry Jones should go out and sign a pass rusher. Now, whatever pass rusher that is, that's fine. Jadeveon Clowney's out there. I know Darius Smith just got signed by the Philadelphia Eagles. But Jerry Jones need to go out and sign a pass rusher. Because when Kenny Clark was on the field, the Cowboys stopped. The Eagles had 2.7 yards rushing. When he wasn't out the field, they averaged 5. So have somebody in the middle that can stop the run. Now, if you can get somebody on that end that can rush the passer or get you somewhat of a pass rush, I think the Cowboys will be fine. So for me, I think the Cowboys showed that they won't be a pushover this year. Will they be the best team this year? No. But they showed, like I said last week, Dak Prescott, you're gonna win 9 to 10 games with him. They've shown that. That's what they're going to be. They're going to be around that area this year, 9-8, 10-7. So it was good what I saw from the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb dropped too many passes, but I felt like Dak was locked in on him too much. You have George Pickens. You can throw the ball to him. And George Pickens made a great catch on that drive before CD dropped the pass to end the game, on that last drive, the Cowboys had made a good catch to keep the drive going. So I think the Cowboys would be fine. I think the Eagles would be fine. It's week 1, division rivalry game. But to me, the line in that game was the Cowboys, the Eagles minus 8.5. That was too much. The Eagles are better than the Cowboys, but they weren't going to be 12 points better than the Cowboys. Not with a starting quarterback, not with a George Pickens, not with that type. It's just they're not 12 points better than the Cowboys. So, congratulations to the Eagles on getting the 1-0. Shout out to the Cowboys, man. I expect the Cowboys after next week, especially if Russell Wilson has to start quarterback for the Giants. I expect the Cowboys to be 1-1 next week. On our next game, let's move on to the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Micah. Ladies and gentlemen, that Micah Parsons trade has just infused the Green Bay Packers with energy. They beat the Detroit Lions 27-13 in their first game of the season at Lambeau Field. Jordan Love was flawless. He had one bad play that really should have been intercepted. Other than that, he was flawless. Jordan Love, 16-22, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 19 carries, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, 2 catches, 68 yards. Jaden Reed, 3 catches, 45 yards, and a touchdown. On the Detroit Lions side, Jared Goff, 31-39, 225 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, 19 yards. He also had 10 catches for 31 yards. By the way, Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 catches. This is the first time. This is the lowest for someone to have 10 catches in the game. Jahmyr Gibbs had 31. That is the worst average for someone that had 10 catches in a game ever in the NFL. Usually when someone has 10 catches, they have 100 yards. You don't have 10 catches for 3.1 yards. So that's terrible. So you can tell Detroit was definitely checking that ball down. Jared Goff was checked down Charlie on Sunday. I picked the Lions to win the division. I'm not going to get off of that just yet. I do like what I saw from the Packers. I'll get to them in a second. But this is the reason why I didn't pick them to go to the Super Bowl. The Lions, bro. When you have a new offensive coordinator, a new defensive coordinator, you are learning a new language. I don't give a damn if the guy was in the room last year or not. That's a different voice coming into your head. That's a different voice, different sound, different structure, different everything on how that person dealt with you. Then what's the coach for the Bears? Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn on the defensive side for the Packers. For the Lions. Now, the Lions played solid defense. They had a few bad plays in the game, but they played solid defense. That offense, bro, they're not going to win scoring 13 points. And Jared Goff, you got too many weapons to be checking it down. You got too many. I'll give you a stat right here. Jahmyr Gibbs had 10 catches. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta combined had 10 catches. That's unacceptable. So, for me, I like the Lions. I think they'll find a way to get their stuff back. I respect Dan Quinn as a coach. He's shown me what type of coach that he is. But, nah, man. The Lions got to throw the ball down the field. And like I said, they are going to miss Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, man. And you can see it watching the first game.
So the first game they were playing against one of the better pass defenses in the NFL. I think that had something to do with it as well. Green Bay's been pretty good on last season against the pass, so I didn't expect a lot from the passing game. Really, I thought it was going to be a run heavy offense more so. But like you said, the checkdowns, the 10 catches just for 31 yards, that's obviously unacceptable. That's not Jahmyr Gibbs. We expect a lot more from Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs. I hear what you're saying. New coordinators is a different team. It's not the same. The philosophy is not going to be the same. But I'm going to give a little more credit to the Packers here because that atmosphere was electric. And you could feel just the tidal wave of emotion when Micah Parsons first checked in for his first snap. It's been a while since you heard Lambeau that loud. Really, if you've been watching the Packers over the years. And just an instant impact. Just the guy he's that big of a game wrecker where his presence changes everything. Whether even if he doesn't get to the quarterback, he had a couple of pressures that forced Jared Goff into a couple of bad throws, forced him into an interception, and then he just sealed the deal with his first sack as a Packer. It was storybook. After everything that Micah Parsons went through in the offseason, dealing with the circus known as the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones, he's with a functional team. And a lot of people were picking the Green Bay Packers to be the big challenge to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm personally not there yet. I still think it's the LA Rams. I need to see a little bit more from the Packers. I need to see consistently that Jordan Love can take care of the football, because last year he was very reckless with the football. And I also need to know if he can stay healthy. Because he hasn't been able to stay healthy last year, so there's a few question marks there with that. But pretty efficient first game. 16 to 22, 188 for two touchdowns. Josh Jacobs adding 66 on the ground and a touchdown. It was an impressive win. I think it says a little more about Detroit and where they are and where they possibly could be heading with the change of the coordinators. Somebody made a joke saying Jared Goff is basically like Dan Orlovsky without Ben Johnson. I'm not quite there yet. I think Jared Goff is earned more respect than that. So I don't expect him to be that this bad. But it is concerning. We'll see how the season wanes for Detroit. I still think they'll make the playoffs. I think there's too much talent on this roster for them not to make the playoffs. Dan Campbell is still there, and that's their identity. So I think Detroit is going to bounce back from this. But it was an impressive showing from Micah Parsons and the Packers.
Jared Goff. Say that again.
No, somebody tweeted saying that Jared Goff is basically Dan Orlovsky without Ben Johnson. I like Dan Orlovsky.
I love Dano. Hey, Dano, if you ever watch this, me and Dan Orlovsky have actually went back and forth on Twitter before. And I felt like that was one of my career achievements. Him, and Marcus Spears went back and forth on Twitter. It was respectful, man. It wasn't like disrespectful or nothing. So I respect Dano. That's funny though. That's funny. I'm not going to disrespect Dano, but I will say Jared Goff does not look the same Jared Goff as he did with Ben Johnson as he does now with Johnny Morton, who is the new offensive coordinator. He does not look the same. That's just how it is. So let me speak on the Packers real quick. You are right. I was going to save this for the end. The energy that Micah Parsons, that trade has done for Wisconsin, bro, it gave that city life. Like, they showed Micah Parsons running out. He ran out by himself. Everybody in the arena just up cheering, like, yeah, we got, I am not saying he's this player. Let me repeat this again. I am not saying Micah Parsons is this player. But it's like when Reggie signed with the Packers, Reggie White in the 90s. You want to come here? Oh, man. Okay, well, we're going to open you with open arms. I know Micah didn't sign with Green Bay, but it's like, oh, you got traded here? We're going to show you why this is the best place ever, man. Come on, man. We're going to open up our arms to you. We all about ball.
Green Bay is all about football out there. There's no problem. There's no circus. They're about football, man.
All about football. So I think Micah Parsons can fit in well, and I like what I saw from the Green Bay Packers. I disagree with you about them being the biggest. Well, you said it wasn't. You said the media thinks that the Packers are the biggest threat to the Eagles. I'm not there yet. There are teams in the NFC that just will continuously get looked over and glossed over. That's fine. I'll let y'all know what I'm talking about, but whatever. My point is that at the end of the day, like, I need to see these teams play before I can say that. Because like you said, with Jordan Love, he will turn the ball over. He will definitely turn the ball over. And when he turns the ball over, bro, you will definitely have some problems. Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, our last game that we're going to review. Man, the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. The best game of the weekend. Honestly, the best game of the season. There's only been 1 week in the season. I'll give the stats out before I give the context of the game. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, 33 of 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns. James Cook, 13 carries, 44 yards, 1 touchdown. Josh Allen, 14 carries on the ground, 30 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keon Coleman stepped up, 8 catches, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, 14 of 19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. Derrick Henry, 18 carries, 169 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 fumble. Zay Flowers, 7 catches, 143 yards, 1 touchdown. Shout out to DeAndre Hopkins. Had to catch. That one-hand catch was crazy on the sideline. That was crazy. D-Hop, 2 catches, 35 yards, 1 touchdown. I'll start us off because I know you're going. I'm gonna give you damn near all the floor in this game. Let me just say this: the Baltimore Ravens in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 minutes left in the game, they were leading 40-25. They were leading 40-25. The Bills scored 16 points, 16 unanswered points in the last 4 minutes of the game to beat the Ravens. I picked the Baltimore Ravens to go to the Super Bowl. It started last night that the game really truly didn't mean anything. It means something for the number 1 seed. I get that, ladies and gentlemen. I get that. But it really didn't mean anything. If the Ravens won the game, that's what people would say. You got to win in January. If the Bills won, you know what people saying? Man, that's great. Great comeback. You're going to do this in January. That's so I will openly say that. But how the Ravens lost, I will not sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all I'm not shaking about my Super Bowl pick. I'm shook because it's not that they lost, it's how they lost. I don't even care about them losing to the Bills. They lost to a team that they were up 15 points in 15 points up over with 4 minutes left in the game. You have to close the game out. And the Ravens have had trouble over years closing games out. And at some point in time throughout this season, they need to learn how to close games because this team is talented. From the first 3 quarters of the game, they dominated Buffalo. The Baltimore Ravens look like the best team in the league. The league, they look like the best team in the league for the first 3 quarters and some change. Derrick Henry fumbled. Lamar Jackson missed some timely throws. John Harbaugh punted the ball on 4th and 2 when he should have, or 4th and 3 when he should have went for it with Lamar Jackson, i.e. what he did 3-4 years ago, week 2, when Kansas City came to Baltimore and he walked over and asked Lamar, what you want to do? Do you want to go for it? I know you remember that, John. So for me, the Ravens play at Kansas City week 4. They play the Rams. They play the Rams week 6. They play the Bengals week 13, the Steelers week 14, the Bengals week 15, and they play the Steelers week 18. They play the Packers week 17. Out of these games, they have to learn how to close. If the Baltimore Ravens can figure out how to close, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a parade on Baltimore Street in February. Get your winter gear ready. Get your clothes ready. It's going to be a parade. They just have to learn how to close. I think that they will.
Good credit to Josh Allen and the Bills for continuing to play. Josh Allen made MVP plays. The NFL's golden kid. No, the guy that can do no wrong because God, as Chris Collinsworth from NBC, he had a simple dump ball pass to James Cook and he just took it to the 1 yard line. He just said, "That's all Josh Allen there." I'm like, so James Cook didn't do anything. We had him like Josh Allen scrambled and threw a damn 45-yard route or something like that. It was a simple dump off. James Cook made a play that could have easily gone nowhere to down to the 1 yard line. But that's just the love fest that everyone has with Josh Allen. He's such a great guy. He married Haley Steinfeld. He's all happy and glowing, and he's such a great guy. You
sound like you hating on Josh Allen, bro.
He's great for Buffalo. We just want to. He tries so hard. We want to see him win one. It's like, and let's give him an MVP. You know, even though Lamar threw 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, let's give him one. Lamar's already got.
You said let's give him an MVP. He didn't earn an MVP last
year. I said what I said. Not saying that Josh Allen didn't play MVP level, but this felt a little different. That's all I'm just saying. I mean, how many guys you know throw 41 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, third highest QBR in NFL history, and you first team All Pro at quarterback, and you were the highest ranked quarterback in the NFL's top 100? You still get the MVP?
I think
I'm just saying it's a little different. It's a little different. That's all. A little different.
I think Josh Allen proved last night that when you put him up against Lamar Jackson, he's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. I think he's proven it.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he's proven it.
Let me get to the. Okay. I'm not here to crap on Josh Allen. He's an amazing quarterback. We all know this. I have no issues with Josh Allen. He's an amazing quarterback. I'm never going to say otherwise. This was another example of the Baltimore Ravens doing what they do. Did you know that since 1991, there's only been one coach who has blown 17 double-digit leads? That would be Coach John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
The Ravens 17. The Ravens were dominating this game. Lamar Jackson was outplaying Josh Allen. And the stat line says that he did. The QBR was higher. The QB rating was higher. Yeah, Josh Allen threw more passes because he had to. They were down. He had to throw the ball. So Lamar missed 5 passes. I get all that. There was a drive where Lamar missed a couple of throws that he'd love to have back. A couple of them could have changed the drive and moved the chains. But here's the game. Derrick Henry. King Henry, my guy. Love King Henry. Don't know how you don't. He knows. He came out of the fumble at that point in the game, where you know what's on the other side, that's the one thing you can't do. And the Ravens were playing flawless football on offense. They were playing a clean game. No turnovers from Lamar Jackson. No turnovers, period. That was the thing that killed him in the playoff game. Right at the worst possible time, you do it again. And this time it was Derrick Henry, the last guy that I think I had to worry about with ball security is King Henry. The way that he throws people on the ground like they're children compared to him. That was the last guy I thought that we would do it, but it happened. And the moment that phone went out, I was like, "We're going to lose." I was watching the game. I'm the resident Ravens fan, as everyone knows. I was watching the entire game. The minute that happened, I was like, "We're going to lose." I know it, because as soon as you have that turnover, the momentum shifts, and then we start playing. And the Ravens start playing not to lose. Let's play conservative. Let's put the defense, who got absolutely shredded the entire game, let's put them back out there. Let's not go for it on 4th and 3. Let's put them back out there. But you know what? There's two ways to look at it. If you don't get the 4th down and 3, the Bills are already in field goal range, and you lose anyway. So pick your poison. Do you want to give your defense one more shot with giving Josh Allen a long field to go, or do you want to just take your chances, and if you fail, you give him a short field? And guys on ESPN made a good point, Damian Woody especially, that Rex Ryan, the DNA of the Ravens has always been built on defense. This is not that type of Ravens team anymore. Yeah, you got some good players on the defensive side of the ball, but your identity is Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Those are your two best players. If I'm going down with one of those two guys having the ball in their hand. That's just me personally. I'm not going to put this defense back out here against that guy. And the thing that the reason why this loss is so irritating and so frustrating and just gut-wrenching to Ravens fans like myself, where it's like, we're going to need a few days to get over this before we can move on to Cleveland as fans. I know the Ravens players are going to put it behind them. That's what they're supposed to do. The professional football players, you got a long season ahead. This is not the playoffs. You got a long season ahead of you. And this notion that the Ravens can't win big games is excuse my language, is bullshit, because I've seen the Ravens win plenty of big games throughout the regular season. It's about the playoffs. That's where we are with them. No one cares about the regular season. Nobody gives a damn if the Ravens don't even win the AFC North. Nobody gives a damn. What are you going to do in January? And you know that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are going to be there in January. You know this. The Bills at worst are probably going to go 14-2. They're favored in every single game this year. There is no challenge in the AFC East for the Buffalo Bills. I like what I saw from Justin Fields and the Jets yesterday. It was impressive. I think Justin Fields has been unlocked a little bit. Drake May, Mike Vrabel, okay, they're going in the right direction. Miami Dolphins, dumpster fire. So none of them are challenging the Buffalo Bills. So they're going to sweep the division. That's 6 wins right there. And they're going to beat Kansas City because they always beat Kansas City in the regular season. Can't beat them in the playoffs, but they'll beat them in the regular season. So you can put that there. I think Buffalo at worst goes 14-2. So yeah, this was huge in terms of like playoff seeding and all that. The Ravens have a harder schedule ahead of them. They're playing more playoff contenders and all that stuff. You can't make the schedule. It is what it is. But you keep showing that you can play and beat teams like this. You were doing it. And then you just the one thing you can't do, they always do it. You can make a shirt for how many heartbreaking moments and just things that was like, what are you doing in Raven playoff history? 2023 AFC Championship game, the first one for this franchise at home since they were the Colts. You had Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. Played the worst game of the season. Zay Flowers, you fumble in the end zone, gets punched out. Like, stuff that doesn't happen happens. If Zay Flowers doesn't fumble, it's a different game. If Lamar doesn't force it in the triple coverage, which he didn't do all season long, it's a different game. Last year, Mark Andrews, trying to be different, going sideline to sideline when you know damn well it's not his game, fumble. Lamar Jackson, Rashard Bateman, interception off miscommunications. Again, something you didn't do all season long. You wait till now. And Lamar with the fumble, listen, Ravens fans have to come to this understanding that you got to play Russian roulette with Lamar Jackson sometimes, the way that he does things. It's going to be bad sacks, But then there's going to be times where he runs minus 15 yards and then turns it into a 19-yard game.
As he did last night.
I'm screaming at my TV like, just get rid of the ball. Never mind, just go do it. Go. We gotta play Russian roulette with Lamar. Sometimes it's gonna work out. Sometimes you're gonna have the fumble you saw last year in the playoffs. So I kind of let that go. Go ahead, Josh.
I watched the game with Ravens fans, and just like how you were screaming at your TV, they were screaming at the TV that we were watching it on. I disagree with you on. I don't think Lamar outplayed Josh Allen yesterday. To me, I thought Derrick Henry was the best player on offense for both teams, and then I thought Josh Allen kind of like took him over as the game progressed. This is no knock to Lamar. Like I'm not saying Lamar played terrible. I just thought Derrick Henry was literally getting whatever he wanted. Like literally, like for a moment during the game, I'm like, bro, the Ravens should just keep running the ball. Like just keep running the ball, and you'll be fine.
And that's what a smart quarterback's supposed to do. Like I don't know, stats are what they are. Look, I get it. Josh Allen, the stats look better, but look, context for the game, they were down. He had to throw. No. I'm not saying his stats were better. I'm watching the game. I thought Josh Allen was playing better than Lamar, in my opinion, because Josh didn't have a Derrick Henry behind him. James Cook is very good. He ain't Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was falling forward for like 10 yards, 5 to 10 yards. I gotta push back on this James Cook stuff, man, because I feel like this guy's gotten so much disrespect for the past couple of years.
He's not, bro. I'm not disrespecting him. He's a hell of a player. He just ain't Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's the second best. Derrick Henry's either the best or the second best running back in the league. I think he's the second best running back in the league. James Cook ain't that, and that's okay. That's not a knock to him. I'm just saying that I thought that Josh Allen showed. Listen, I know Ravens fans gonna get mad at me for saying this. I don't hate Lamar Jackson. I picked the man to go to the Super Bowl and win it. So obviously I have faith in him. But Josh Allen showed, bro, that's why I'm here and you're here. And it's okay to that. It's okay with that. When it was time for Buffalo to make plays, he made them. The Ravens didn't. It's as simple as that. Like, that's really what the game came down to. Lamar had chances. It wasn't all on him. It wasn't. Like, we get into this notion that this guy has to be better than almost everybody. No, you don't. Like, if you think Lamar's better than Josh Allen, that's fine. I don't. I think Josh is firmly gripping at the number 2. And I will give Tim this. He said it when we did it, the our 2 quarterback rankings. He had Josh Allen as number 1. Watching that game last night, I didn't see a better quarterback performance during the NFL during the weekend than him. You want me to tell you what the second best performance? Justin Herbert. So, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm still not giving up on the Ravens. I still think they have a chance to get to the Super Bowl and do what they have to do. But to me, the biggest thing is about closing games. There is something wrong with John Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson on closing games. Now, I've seen John Harbaugh close games because I've seen him win a Super Bowl. I see him coach a team to a Super Bowl. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not Lamar slander. This is fact. If you go back and look at college, my criticism of Lamar coming out the draft, can he win you a big game?
He's one.
No. Winning a game in September, winning a game in November, or winning a game to get you to the playoffs, that's not a big game for the Ravens. The Ravens are a proud organization. The Ravens are playoffs and championships. That's how I look at the Ravens.
But you said big games. Like, are there no big games in the regular season that people thought the Ravens would lose and Lamar ended up winning those big games early on in his career, where everyone thought he could throw and all that stuff? He's one of
early on in his career, absolutely. He won big regular season games. I'll give you that. Or I'll say marquee games.
His rookie season, when he wasn't even Lamar yet, he won big games. The Ravens were dead in the water. We're not supposed to make the playoffs, and Lamar won some big games.
Yes. He won marquee games. But if you go look back, and you can use marquee, big, whatever word you want to use. To me, my criticism of coming out of Louisville was that when they, bro, it was him and Deshaun Watson on a Saturday night on ABC. He threw an interception to mess the game up. So he threw an interception to end the game. All I'm saying is this: I've never seen Lamar. This is the best way I can say it without being disrespectful to both players. Josh Allen has never been the reason why his team lost a playoff game, other than the first game, his first ever playoff game at Houston. He was a rookie. I gave him a pass for that. Okay, fine. I gave Lamar a pass for his first playoff game against San Diego. He was a rookie. He gets a pass.
Lamar doesn't get those passes. It's not the same rules with him.
No. I do. I'm not speaking with these fools do. I'm talking about what I do. I gave them both a pass for your first playoff game. Since then, since the first playoff games for both guys, Josh Allen hasn't been a reason why the Bills lost a playoff game. Lamar Jackson has been. That's why I'm saying one is better than the other.
That's fine. My last point with this game, it's annoying and it feels worse than a week 1 loss should, because it's against them again. It's against the Buffalo Bills. It's the two guys that you get now. The notion that you're great against everyone else, but you can't beat these two guys. That's the notion that's going to start getting pushed more and more now that you've lost the game the way you did against that guy. The guys you lost to, the guy that the building you just came out of, where Andrews drops that pass. It's just that's why it's more to it as opposed to like just a regular week 1 loss.
I will say this, bro. You're right now, bro. In the AFC Championship game, if the Super Bowl, if the Ravens are in the Super Bowl, nobody's gonna remember that they lost to the Bills. I'm just being out. They're not gonna remember. They're gonna remember him beating Mahomes and him beating Allen, or him beating whoever he had to beat to get to the championship.
That's fine, but it just creates that doubt in fans and analysts who want Lamar to fail. It's like, you can't beat these two guys because of the way you just lost that game. And look, I'm not putting this game with Lamar at all. Like,
Lamar wasn't the reason why they lost the game.
I also have a couple of bad passes, which happens in every freaking game. It's like,
Josh Allen missed passes last night, so it wasn't every quarterback was going to miss a pass. My God, I watched the Tampa Bay Atlanta game. There were bad passes that should have been picked off by the Falcons that didn't get picked off. So I get that.
Josh Allen had a couple of passes that should have got picked off by the Ravens, but they just dropped them.
Malachi Starks, Awuzie. So no, you're 100% right. But I'm not giving up on the Ravens. They just need to learn how to close. Baltimore Ravens. I'm not giving up on y'all, baby. I still believe it.
Just play football. Like, stop not putting your foot on the gas. Just play football.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is brought to you by Edibly Airy. Enjoy the heightened experience of THC edibles in a whole new way. At Edibly Airy, our freeze-dry edibles available in 100 milligram, 200 milligram, 300 milligram, 400 milligram will give you the buzz you crave with a flavor you won't forget. Available in 3 different flavors: watermelon sunset, tropical fruit, and berry. To place orders, please visit the website at ediblyairy.com. While you're there at ediblyairy.com, use a promotion code. You guys see the promotion code on the screen. $ Highly Airy, $. Again, $ Highly Airy, $ for 20% off your first purchase. Follow us on IG at Edibly Airy for new product releases and monthly hookups. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Edibly Airy, the best freeze-dry edibles out. Go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Highly Opinionated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. The best segment of sports. This week's edition of Let's Talk About It will be our NFL takeaways, our NFL observations. I will start us off. As I mentioned in the last segment, Justin Herbert balled out. 7-21. Justin Herbert balled out. He played tremendous in Brazil. If you watch that game, it's a good one. Justin Herbert was 25-34, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns. He basically ended the game with a 19-yard run. Shout out to Justin Herbert. Quentin Johnston was finally catching the ball. Led McConkey, Keenan Allen. Man, listen, I'm going to just say this. This Chargers team, I've seen Jim Harbaugh in the second year with a team. They went to the NFC Championship game. Y'all can laugh at me all you want. I would not be surprised to see this Chargers team making a deep playoff run in the AFC. Would not be surprised at all. My second takeaway is 1 week, and I'm not going to get too excited. Man, y'all should put $150 down on that comeback player of the year, good old Daniel Jones. Yeah, you better put that money down because Daniel Jones not going to disappoint. I am not saying this brother's the best quarterback. We're not saying that. We got people rolling their eyes. They laughed at me, all that. You're going to see at the end of the year, Daniel Jones going to be the comeback player of the year. What a great performance he did at home against the dumpster fire that is the Miami Dolphins. Daniel Jones, 22 of 29, 272 yards, 1 touchdown. He gave you 26 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Daniel Jones, I'm proud of you. Keep balling out. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work, sir. It's 1 week. Keep stacking these weeks, man. My last takeaway. There's one thing on last week's show that I said that I just automatically know right now that's wrong. So I'm just going to get it out the way. I was wrong. I said the Packers were going to be the second best team in the NFC South. No, they're not. No, they mess around. Might be the worst team in that division. Why is it that every year when Bryce Young starts the season, he plays like some shit? Like, bro, what the hell? Like, you had all offseason to train. Bro, you had since January last year because you knew you wasn't going to make the playoffs with the Packers. You knew that. I knew that. The world knew that. And you come out the first game of the season playing like ass. Playing like some straight garbage. 18 of 35, 154 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Like, Bryce, I got faith in you, man. Maybe it's because you're short. Maybe because you went to Alabama. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever it is. Like, I got faith in you, bro. I want you to do good. God damn, man. Like, you play. Bryce Young, you keep playing like this, you ain't never going to be a star in the NFL ever again. Come on, man. Like, you got to play better than this, man. It's ridiculous. Bryce Young, the Panthers. Get it together. Get it together starting out week 1. It's terrible, man. You had all off season, you playing like some shit. I'm disappointed in Bryce Young. Very disappointed.
Yeah, I'm with you. And as an Alabama fan, this kind of sucks because I do like Bryce Young, but Bryce Young is continuing this trend that Alabama quarterbacks don't really do well in the NFL. You know, we can go back to Greg McElroy, the national championship of Alabama. Ever since him, we can give you Jalen Hurts, even though he finished his career at Oklahoma. But outside of that, it's not been great for Alabama quarterbacks going to the league, and it seems to be continuing with Bryce Young.
Not at all.
Yeah, all right,
not at all. Boy, your takeaways, brother. The floor is yours.
All right, number 1 for my takeaways: the Kansas City Chiefs' reign in the AFC West will be heavily tested. Dare I say, it's a possibility it could be over. I like as you said about Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I was very impressed with what I saw. The Jim Harbaugh effect. We're seeing it all over again. Year 2, Justin Herbert looked like a different quarterback already. Now, 1 week, everything we're doing right now is week 1 overreactions, basically. But I did like what I saw from Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen is back in LA, and he looks like Keenan Allen. So that rapport that he has with Justin Herbert definitely still seems to be there. Quentin Johnson, my God, he finally caught the football, and he looked effective when he did it. This is the talent that they saw coming out of TCU with Quentin Johnson. The guy just couldn't catch the football. When he finally did, looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Lab McConkey as your other receiver, that looks like a good passing cat. That's a good wide receiver room for me for the Chargers. I think that the Vegas Raiders will be more of a test as well with Ashton Genty and being coached by Pete Carroll. The Denver Broncos, as we know, coached by Sean Payton. Bo Nix entering year 2 with that Denver defense. Yeah, this is in the way that Kansas City looked to me. Xavier Worthy's dislocated his shoulder, so he's going to be out for a little while. You got an Asian Travis Kelce, and you got Hollywood Brown as basically your number 1 receiver right now because Rashee Rice is still out. So I think this Kansas City team and the defense did not really look impressive against Justin Herbert. So I think this is the year that, now again, I'm not ready to say the Chiefs, it's over for them. Like it's week 1, they could still very much win the division. But this year, they will be heavily tested. It will not be a cakewalk like it's been in the past. Number 2, I got to go to Seattle, Washington. And one quarterback named Sam Darnold. Everybody was over here telling me, like, yeah, Sam Darnold, he's finally here.
Ain't no everybody. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Not me.
A lot of people were telling me, like, hey, Sam Darnold is in a great situation. He finally got paid. He deserves it. And he did. Sam Darnold deserved his money because the performance he put on in Minnesota was very good up until the last couple of games, including the playoff game against the Rams. He started looking like the old Sam Darnold. So when I saw that, I was like, hold on. Hold on a second. I see something that look familiar with Mr. Sam Darnold. I saw something a little familiar that I saw with all the years with the Jets. Everyone's blaming the organization. I'm like, okay. But, okay, we saw it again. And then we saw it again. So that's 2 games. You, my friend, and I thought alike with one thing. And we said that their 3rd-round pick quarterback out of Alabama, ironically, Mr. Jalen Milroe. He will start a game this season for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
After what I saw in week 1, I'm even more confident about that take. Because eventually Sam Darnold is going to do Sam Darnold things. And if you're Mike McDonald, you have an opportunity for the Seahawks team to at least maybe challenge for a wild card in that division. How long are you willing to put up with Sam Darnold before you realize we got to go a different direction? We got to run the football better. We got to give defenses a different look, a la Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix in Atlanta. Starting to look a little bit like that to me. It wouldn't shock me at all if Jalen Milroe started before the season's over for the Seahawks. I'm just saying. Now, for all you Sam Darnold lovers, hold on to hope. But some things are just inevitable. Some things are just inevitable. Like Thanos said in Endgame, I am inevitable. That's what Sam Darnold said. That's what Sam Darnold does before he turns the ball over, or fumbles, or does something to absolutely destroy the game and lose for you. That's Sam Darnold. He's inevitable. My last take: the Miami Dolphins are hell, like literal hell. I think
you said the Miami Dolphins are hell.
Yeah, it's literal hell. I am predicting an absolute fire sale. I think Tua Tagovailoa will be benched before the season is over. I think Tyreek Hill will be traded back to the Kansas City Chiefs before the trade deadline. And I think Mike McDaniel gets fired before the season's over.
He'll be right back in San Francisco working for Kyle Shanahan.
That's what I see. This looks like a team that doesn't respect their coach at all. This looks like a team that doesn't give a damn what he has to say. This is like a team that mailed in the season before the season even started.
Yes, it does.
They said, damn this. We in the AFC East and we got to deal with Josh Allen. No, we ain't beating him. But we in Miami, though. We chilling. We live in Miami.
Good. South Beach, baby.
Yeah, football in Miami. Everything's good. Because Miami look good when they play at home. They look like Miami Vice, all that stuff, man. They look good in South Beach. Everybody coming down in shorts in November. I'll be there in October, my friend, because the Baltimore Ravens are going to Miami in October. I will be there. And I can tell you, Hard Rock Stadium, that is a fun place to be, especially if you're a visitor. So, yeah, we playing in Miami, but whenever the Dolphins leave that comfortable, beautiful city of Miami, and they go on the road to these other cities that may not be as warm, they forget how to play football. It has not changed since 2 years ago with Mike McDaniel. This looks like a team that is checked out already. They could absolutely tank it. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Again, week 1, overreaction. I'm just telling you what I saw. I saw a team that did not give a damn about their coach, did not give a damn about this season, and I predict that Tua will be benched, Tyreek Hill gets traded back to the Kansas City Chiefs, and Mike McDaniel gets fired before the season's over.
Yeah, it was a tough week to watch Miami against the Colts. I gave Daniel Jones his credit, but yeah, it was a tough watch for Miami. Miami looked lethargic. They looked slow. They looked uninterested. And the problem with that is it's the first game of the season.
It's week 1 like that.
Yeah,
come on,
week 1, and you're playing like that. So yeah, that's highly offensive. You feel me? Highly offensive. You can't be that bad. So no, I definitely agree with you on that. Miami, they had some serious trouble. I like that idea of Tyreek Hill going back to the Chiefs because they need a receiver like that. John, before we get up out of here, let's preview week 2 of the NFL. Let's start off with the Thursday night football game. The Washington Commanders travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. This game is Thursday, 8:15 on Amazon. Al Michaels, Kurt Herbstreit, Kaylee Hartime will be on the call. John, you start us off. Who you like, Commanders or the Packers?
I like the Green Bay Packers in this game. Quick turnaround for this Commanders team after the win against the Giants. I just think this offensive line isn't all that good. I think Michael Parsons in that D line for the Packers is going to expose them. I think Jaden Daniels will be under a lot of pressure. He's still going to make plays because he's Jaden Daniels, so it's not going to be a blowout or anything like that. I just think that over time, like the Packers defense makes a few more plays than the Washington offense, and I think that as long as Jordan Love takes care of the football and Josh Jacobs runs effectively, I think that the Green Bay Packers will win on Thursday night.
Both teams come in 1-0. Washington Commanders 1-0. Green Bay Packers 1-0. You like the Packers? I agree with you 1,000%. As I said, I know both teams are 1-0. This is the Commanders' actual first game of the season. They had a preseason game on Sunday, and they won that game. It just so happily counts that it's a real game. This is the real first team that they'll play, and they're going to lose this game. Give me the Green Bay Packers at home. Jordan Love, as you said, Josh Jacobs, the plethora of receivers that they have, and that defense, coached by defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley, former Boston College coach. I like the Packers to win on Thursday night. Let's move forward to Sunday. Super Bowl rematch. The Philadelphia Eagles 1-0 at the Kansas City Chiefs 0-1. Fox NFL Sunday pregame show will be live from Kansas City for 2 hours, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time. This game will be called by Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, and the great Tom Rinaldi. I'll start us off. I am taking the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. I believe in Get Back. Get Back didn't help me last week. I picked the Ravens to beat the Bills. The Ravens didn't get that Get Back for that. But I think the Chiefs will get that Get Back. They know, like you said in your first observation, week 1 observation, that this AFC West is a little tricky now. Every team is 1-0 in that division except for the Kansas City Chiefs. So Kansas City can unafford. The Kansas City Chiefs cannot afford to be 0-2. So with that, and after I saw the Eagles play on Thursday night, I'm taking the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
Kansas City goes 0-2. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to come to Kansas City and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Jalen Carter will be back. He's not going to not be there, so he will fortify that front seven, and the run game will not be as effective. I think that not having Xavier Worthy out there, not having Rashee Rice out there, and just being Hollywood Brown, I think that compromises Kansas City a little bit. I'm not saying that they won't score because you still have Patrick Mahomes there, so you know they're going to score some points. But I just feel like the control that Jalen Hurts has with this team, I think that with the combination of Saquon Barkley, that great offensive line, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith won't combine for 4 catches next game. They'll be more involved. Dallas Goedert will be there. I just think that the Eagles have more momentum right now. I think they're a better team just by a hair. I'm going to go with the Eagles in a close one.
You like Philly? I like KC. Should be a great game on Fox at 4:25. Last game we're going to preview is an unexpected game. When the schedule came out, I didn't necessarily think this game would be focused on the show, but it is. The 1-0 Los Angeles Chargers travel to Las Vegas, not that far from Los Angeles, travel to Vegas to take on the 1-0 Las Vegas Raiders. This game is Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern. This game is on ESPN. This game will be called by Chris Fowler, Dan Orlovsky, and Louis Riddick. Laura Rutledge won't be on the sideline. They'll have someone else. Peter Schrager will be on the sideline for that game. You start us off, man. I'm sorry. I'll start us off. I've been thinking about this all day. Man, I like Jim Harbaugh. I do like Jim Harbaugh. I do like what the Raiders are doing with Pete Carroll. I'm going to take the Chargers in a close one. I think the Chargers find a way to get to 2-0. I'm going to take Justin Herbert and Jim Harbaugh or Hampton, Najee Harris, and the crew, the Chargers, to find a way to get a win on the road against the Raiders. So give me the Chargers to beat the Raiders next week.
We agree there. Early divisional test for the Chargers to see and for the Raiders to see who is more legit. I'm a big fan of Ashton Genty. And I'm a big fan of Pete Carroll, the coach. I just think that the Chargers are a little bit better of a team than the Raiders right now. I'm not sold on the Raiders' defense at all either, so I feel like this is a game to be had for the Chargers. Again, it's an early division game, so you expect it to be a fight on both sides. I think the Chargers come out in a nail biter.
Yeah, big game for the Chargers. Sneaky. They could be 2-0 in the division. Beat Kansas City and Brazil. Come back and win this game on the road at Denver. I'm sorry, not at Denver. Come back and beat Vegas at Vegas. That could definitely help the Chargers later on in the season as the season progresses. So to recap the games, we both will take the Packers over the Commanders. You like the Eagles over the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs over the Eagles. And we both take the Chargers over the Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, it's notable games on the screen. These games up here should be a great Week 2 NFL slate. JG, brother, I want to thank you for doing this show with me this week. We will definitely have you back on as the NFL season progresses. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim will be back in that chair next week. Ross will be back on the screen next week. So for the best producer, the best editor in the game, Ross. For the best co-host, the best guy in the world, JG. Ladies and gentlemen, you make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the Club JG podcast. He has some interesting takes on the Buffalo fans and how they treated the Ravens over the weekend. So you guys check that out and take a look at that. Bro, you're doing great things.
Yeah, I'll talk a little football as well too, but yeah, I got a highlight for the Bills Mafia. So look out for Club JG podcast tomorrow night.
We bro, keep doing great work. You know that. Love Club JG podcast, all love, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm working with the best co-host in the game, JG. I am merely Josh. Thank you for watching episode 49. Shout out to Pops, Trevor Williams for coming on, baby. All love, man. We appreciate you. We out. See you next week.